Hello there, everybody. I think I hurt myself. This is the Comedy Thief. And guess what? You're watching.
Funny old guys and a gal.
That's what you're doing. Now, how do we get out of here? Oh, stop.
You have to do it.
There we go.
Oh, you scared
Well,
me.
I'm old. I'm old. I forget these things.
Yeah, we don't forget you're old, though.
But I'm a United Methodist.
Oh, really? And who are you united with?
Well, that's another story.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a great joke that we might not be able to tell on here. But anyway, this is a joke-a-thon. We tell tons of jokes. But first of all, I want you to meet and greet Dr. Fatpacker, the famed surgeon.
Well, guten Tag, everybody. So nice to have you join us today. You know, we're going to have so much fun. You should laugh. Really, you should laugh.
And below me is the wonderful, well-known lady called Anita Knappyl.
That is true. Hello out there in whatever land.
Well, it could be video land. It could be
Video land, audio land.
It could be
podcast
audio
land.
land. It could be
It'll be America.
could be Disneyland. It could be who knows. But anyway, millions of jokes coming your way, and you laugh hysterically. We make millions of dollars. Start it off there, Doctor.
Val, you know, I'm taking steps to overcome my hiking addiction, but I'm not out of the woods yet.
Oh,
These are signs I saw on the way home. I have two more I thought you'd like. My therapist said I have trouble expressing emotion. Can't say I'm surprised.
oh.
Oh, and finally, I made a chicken salad last night. Apparently, they prefer grain.
Or kill it first too, right? Anita Knapp.
Yes. Well, you know what? My boss once said to me, you know, you should dress for the job you want.
Yes.
So I went in as the queen.
Oh,
There you go. Very good. Yeah.
well, when I was a little kid, in the backyard, my parents had, for us, they had a sandbox. Well, actually, it was a quick sandbox.
Oh.
I was an only child, eventually. Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh my goodness. Well, this guy appeared before St. Peter at the pearly gates. When St. Peter says to him, have you ever done anything of particular merit? When the guy says, well, I can think of one thing. On a trip to the Black Hills out in South Dakota, I came upon a gang of bikers who were threatening a young woman.
Ooh.
I directed them to leave her alone, but they wouldn't listen to me. So I approached the largest and most tattooed biker and smacked him in the face. And I said, now back off or I'll kick the shit out of all of you. Well, St. Peter was very impressed and he goes, when did this happen? When I said, oh, a couple minutes ago.
Anita Knapp.
Yes. You know, I found a book. I was in the bookstore and I found a book that said that was called How to Solve 50% of Your Problems. So I bought two of them.
Good for you.
Good
thinking.
So this guy, a football player, ends up at the pearly gates.
Oh.
And St. Peter said, well, how come you're here? He says, well, at halftime between Alabama and Clemson, I ran out of the field with the coach's daughter and made mad and passionate love in front of 80,000 people. And St. Peter says, when did that happen? He said, about 3 minutes ago.
That sounds familiar.
I couldn't resist. Anyway, Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh, Val, you know, I'm going to get these out of the way so I can throw this piece of paper away. What's the leading cause of dry skin? What do you think?
Do you know? I don't know.
Well, the answer is towels.
Oh, towels! Get it, folks!
One more. When does a joke become a dad joke?
Oh gosh, when?
When it becomes apparent.
Apparent? I don't understand why they call them dad jokes. Do you guys?
Oh yeah, yeah. You should have heard my dad.
Should
Oh,
have heard mine too.
There you
Anita
go.
Knapp, go for
All
it.
right, two pieces
All
of
right.
paper out of the way.
What's the best present to get a kid? It's
Oh,
broken drums because you just can't beat them.
yeah,
Oh,
that's good. Yeah.
my very old mother-in-law had a pain directly beneath her left breast.
Oh.
Turned out it was a trick knee. That's
Oh, goodness.
Oh my goodness. So this guy was shipwrecked on an island for a long time, right? One day he sees this gorgeous woman walking out of the water in a wetsuit with zippered pockets all over the place. As she approaches, she says, "I'll bet you haven't had a smoke for a while." When he says, "No, I ran out years ago." So she digs into one of the pockets, gets a cigar out, and then reaches in another pocket and gets out a lighter. Oh my goodness. She says, "You enjoy this." So he takes a few puffs. Oh my goodness, he feels so good. So he gets a little closer to him. She goes, "Look it. I know it's been a while since you had a drink then, yeah?" And she reaches into another pocket and brings out a flask of whiskey. And
oh,
she goes, "Help yourself." Boy, and he guzzles down half the flask. Now she's practically on top of him, and she goes, "And I'm sure you haven't played around either." And he goes, "Oh my goodness, don't tell me you have golf clubs in there."
oh.
Oh, boy.
Another piece of paper I can throw away. Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, did you know I decided to sell my vacuum cleaner?
No, why is that?
Because it was just gathering dust.
Oh, what a deal. Yeah.
Okay, here's my a guy applied a lumberjack applied to be a bouncer at a nightclub, and the owner said, "Well, you're big and you look like you're strong, but are you tough? Are you mean?" He says, "Am I tough and am I mean?" He says, "The not too long ago," he says, "I was out in the woods. I got attacked by a grizzly bear. He's up on his back legs and he's clawing the air and he attacked me. And it was a fight to the death." He says, "and it went back and forth and back and forth. And just before I killed him, he ripped off my arm, ripped it right off."
Oh,
Well,
my goodness.
the dead bear is laying there. And so I took my arm and I opened up the door to my pickup truck and I slammed my arm into the door and then slowly I sewed back my arm onto my shoulder. He said, "Is that tough enough for you, Mr. Nightclub owner?" He says, "Wow, you are really tough. You get the job." And the lumberjack says, "All right." Dr. Fatpacker.
Oh, well, when I was in Germany and I had a good friend who had a wedding in Paris. And at the reception, I raised my champagne glass and said, "Eggs, cinnamon bread, and maple syrup."
What?
It was a French toast.
Oh, it was a French toast. Get it, Anita.
Oh my God, I love that. Why couldn't a sunflower ride a bicycle?
Well, I don't know.
Why?
Pray
Because it
tell.
lost all its petals.
Oh,
That was terrible. That was just terrible.
As you guys know, sponges grow in the ocean. And that just kills me. I wonder how much deeper the ocean would be if we took all the sponges out of it. Do you ever think about that?
ah,
Mm.
interesting. Very interesting.
Not very funny, but very interesting.
But interesting.
Oh, guess what, Dr. Fatpacker?
Was ist los?
This is your last joke.
Oh, very good. Well, look, I'll keep it short. I got arrested today for walking out of an art museum with a painting.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm just so confused though, because earlier when I asked the security guard if I could take a picture, he said yes.
Oh, well, did you get bailed out?
Oh, you betcha.
Were you in a boat at the time? Get it, folks?
Ah.
Anyway, we're done with our jokes, but we're not done because we have a point of conversation just between the three of us. Dr. Fatpacker, what is the point of conversation for today.
Well, I imagine this. You started a summer job as a lifeguard at the local beach. All of a sudden, you hear swimmers yelling, "Shark, shark, shark." Well, you, of course, are expected to handle the situation. What do you do, Anita?
I play the theme to Jaws.
Ah, very loudly.
Yeah, very loudly, and that way everybody will get out because everyone knows that song means a shark.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Very good. How about you, Comedy Thief?
I like the dum dum part there. Dum 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 dum. Dum. But what I would do, I would say to this drowning, no, he's not drowning, he's being attacked. I would say to the swimmer that was yelling, "Shark, shark, shark." I would go, "Park, uh, uh, snark, fart," and then I would clean up my ears and I'd go have a Mai Tai and
Oh, ow.
and quietly listen to the screaming. That's what I would do.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh, what would you do?
Well, of course, I'd be at my local beach when I go, "Hey, you're in Lake Erie. There aren't any sharks here."
I wonder what it could have been then.
No, I don't know.
Well, anyway, we're done. We're out of here. We thank you very much, folks, for being a part of our video. Oh, wait a minute. Gosh darn it. I'm so old, I keep forgetting. We invite a famous celebrity to be in our very next video. And who should we invite to be in our very next video, Doc?
Well, but I thought ever since President Biden decided not to run,
Yes.
I think we should invite Kamala Harris. I think she needs the advertising.
Yeah,
When
she
that
does.
way we'd be able to help her out as much as we could, and she'd help us, of course.
Of course.
Now, is it Kamala or Kamala or
It's
Kamala?
like Pamela with a K, Camel.
K. Kamala with
We
K.
always just call her gay girl in school.
Anyway, Kamala Harris, you're going to be on our very next video. It's going to be so exciting, right? So you want to get some jokes all set there. But, Kamala, I know you're very busy. Woo, are you busy? But, and unless you check in at 24 hours, within 24 hours, at funnyoldguys@gmail.com, guess what, Kamala? You're going in the trash bin. So, this is the Comedy Thief saying we steal everything you heard and saw and listened to today, saying goodbye and farewell, and pass it along to Dr. Fatpacker for his goodbye and his farewell.
Well, auf Wiedersehen, everybody. Say, listen, before you go, if you could do us a favor, please, go down to the bottom and subscribe. Yeah, that would be very nice. We'd appreciate it. Oh, and suppose you have some friends that you would like to have listen to our broadcast, you can send us an email. Kamala is not the only one that could send it, but you could send us an email at funnyoldguys@gmail.com, when we will send you one of these or some of these fancy dancy business cards when it has our YouTube address on it. And then we could all laugh together. It would be great fun. Jawohl. Yeah.
Oh, and Anita Knapp, say goodbye and farewell to the boys and girls of Videoland.
Goodbye and farewell, boys and girls of Videoland.
Well, there you go. Everybody wave goodbye. Everybody wave goodbye. We'll see you all down the road.